Karibuni tena kwa kipindi kingine cha mazungumzo. Ni mimi wenu Daktari Gilbert Gisharu Gitere nikija nyumbani kwenu. Na kipindi hiki ambacho sisi ukitumia kwa mahusiano mbalimbali ambayo tunazungumza tu ama kutia kalma, kuelezana ni yapi yanayotendeka katika mazingara yetu ambayo dunia hii ni kubwa, lakini mitandao ya uhusiano ya interneti imetusaidia, yani tunaweza kuzungumza kutoka sehemu zote na kona zote za dunia. Na hii leo nitagusia tu kidogo tabu ambazo zinawakumba walemavu ambao ugonjwa wa kupooza yani polio unawasumbua na kufanya maisha yao kuwa magumu wakati mwingine, hasa katika mji wa Mombasa na kando zake. Lakini kabla hatujafikia hapo, nitacharaza wimbo ambao wengi wenu wanaufahamu, ajali haikingiki. Ni kuwafurahisha tu, yani kitu cha kutia moyo nuru, mafikira nuru, na kufanya watu nyoyo zao ziwe kama ni kunjufu hivi. Ino ajali haikingiki, asa inipo Mola mwenyewe. Ni chombo imara mama chenye thamani, kilichopasishwa Uingerezani, kilinguruma likoni kikatiririka, wale pasenya wakafelea baharini. Niliona hivyo, kwaherini. Natanga pangani kwenye waganga na misaafu imepangana. Dereva kombo, ngama zako zimekwisha, hapo Mombasa jirani wadisirika. Naliona hivyo, kwaherini. Watoka Mombasa kwenda Nairobi, huko njiani maji saliti. Wa Nairobi mama hawana habari, huko njiani toka Mombasa. Mara redio yasema jirani lako kwamba ajali mbaya imetokea njiani, nao pasenya hawajulikani majina, nayo hesabu ni ya kubahatisha. Fuateni wasio wa wimbo kwa kujiepusha na hizi ajali. Huyo ni Fundi Konde na wimbo wake huu mzuri, ajali haikingiki, na ndio tumefungua nayo wimbo huu ama kipindi hiki ama sehemu ambayo tunazungumzia wale ambao wanaumia ama wameshikwa na ugonjwa wa polio, yaani ulemavu wa viungo kutokuwa na nguvu, ambao huwa na shida sana kutembea, yaani miguu yao yote saa ingine haina nguvu, ama mikono, ama saa zingine mwili wote. Na hivi ndio tutawazungumzia shida zao, na inaweza iwe nitatumia kimombo ndio watu wanielewe. Today in this program we are going to touch on an issue of those people living with polio. Some of them cannot walk. Their limbs are completely without strength. They are paralyzed. Their arm, their limbs, sometimes the whole body. They go to use all kind of gadgets. Might be wheelchair, prosthetics, orthotics, all kind of things so that they can be able to live a decent life. Now, because this is a global village, I must narrow down into an area where we can emphasize our efforts in helping these people. And because Honolulu, where is my second home, Hawaii, I am a naturalized Hawaiian. Because I was naturalized in Hawaii as an American, so I call myself a naturalized Hawaiian. Honolulu and Mombasa are sister cities, and for that matter, it's good to help one another in these two cities before we broaden the efforts because of the abilities of maybe the material and monetary efforts that we can afford. So we don't want to broaden issues too wide in the global village. We don't have the resources. So I narrow down to Mombasa and Honolulu, where people, we have immigrants who come to Honolulu, they're infected by polio, and they got to be helped by. So both cities, we can try to alleviate the problem these people undergo, but Mombasa is extreme because Kenya is a developing country. They have less resources than Honolulu. But I don't mean the polio victims in Honolulu should not get help, like wheelchairs, prosthetics, funds might be to be able to live a decent and comfortable life. But if you go to the story of the people in Mombasa, for example, there are people who crawl on the ground because they cannot afford this equipment like wheelchairs, braces, and having prosthetics and orthotics done to them by people orthopedicians who are qualified. Sometimes they even lack doctors who are able to handle this kind of problems like polio infection. So this is where you appeal to like Bill and Melinda Gates foundations to come in, and we work together in a place like Mombasa, trying to alleviate the problems, especially children who are unable to get to school because they don't have handy vans. They don't have helpers who can actually put them on a bicycle or a motorcycle or any form of transport like tuk-tuk, Vespa, matatus, and get them where they want. This kind of administration, this kind of efforts of bringing all these things together under one roof, so that transportation, equipment, funds for might be nutrition, good nutrition and medicine, and ability to have some people looking at them who have got medical knowledge. To get these people together in one place is so important. There is Kenya Polio Organization, and we can pull resources together to make sure no child is left behind, to get school, to get comfortable life, and to be able to eat, and to be able to have a nice shelter, good clothing, water, clean water to clean themselves, braces, wheelchairs, all these kind of things. And Honolulu Mombasa Sister City will be able to become the conduit if you allow us. If you can go directly, it's okay. But if you make us conduit and we work together, we will have resources of research and development in what we can do together to help a place like Mombasa, and then broaden it maybe to Kenya and East Africa and Africa, and globally be able to share, because sharing is caring. So that's where I'm coming from, and I won't make myself so long because sometimes you lose people. So that's the appeal we have out there, and then you can go to our webpage. Is on my Twitter. It's a SIMDIF, SIMDIF kind of webpage. It's a user-friendly simdif.com. Honolulu Mombasa Sister City, simdif.com. And you'll be able to see we are non-profit, IRS tax exempt. You will see our tax exempt letter in the page. And if you want to associate with us, you can make a check to Honolulu Mombasa Sister City. We have an account in Hawaii, and we are tax exempt 501c. So you'll be able to recoup your funds. Until we meet again, this is your host, Dr. Gilbert Gisharu, saying ciao ciao.